Dear DeVerbo here on Let's Talk Seniors, memory care issues, Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's. Welcome. So you may know me from the Just Like Home Dogwood Home, which is a beautiful senior residential home for 6 seniors with memory care issues in Shelton. We are fully loaded with our residents and just loving it and looking to open more. So expanding that business. You may also know me from being the author of Home to Home, the step-by-step guide to housing guide for seniors. Oops, there it is. If you'd like a copy, just contact me and I'm very happy to send you one. This is chock full of information on what to do with your senior that might not know if they should, what kind of housing they should go into, or how they should sell their house or stay in their home or go to assisted living or independent or a nursing home or a memory care place or stay in their home, reverse mortgages, how to sell it, what to do. A lot of information. So if you'd like a book for your senior, or if you're a senior, feel free to contact me. Today we have very special guests on. They started an amazing organization, and it speaks to my heart because it's all about seniors. It's called Senior Wishes of Connecticut, and Senior Wishes Connecticut. They have a unique niche to grant wishes to seniors in Connecticut, wishes that they couldn't get from other places. And it could be, they're very specific and they're very personal. So they just kicked off, it's a nonprofit, they just kicked this off this year. And it's a nonprofit dedicated to providing seniors in need with wishes of items they may not be able to provide for themselves. And the mission is to enrich the lives of our Connecticut seniors here through community engagement and the granting of wishes that otherwise would go unnoticed or unfulfilled. They believe that a healthy senior population is an important part of the strong community, and to that end, the wishes they grant will serve to enrich not only the beneficiary, but the community as well. So our guests are Tracy O'Brien, who I know, she's an insurance agent, as well as Christine Brown. They're both founders of the organization, and they're actually both insurance agents in different agencies. So I'm going to bring them on without much further ado. There's Miss Christine Brown and Miss Tracy O'Brien. Nice to meet you both.
Good to see you.
Let me just put on my little ticker here. So Tracy, now we know each other because we've talked about senior insurance and policies that you do. And so is this an offshoot of something that you have already been doing since you're working with the population? Why don't you tell us how you work with the population already?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a licensed insurance agent here in Connecticut, also a few other states. But back in 2014, I launched the dual special needs plans for one of the larger carriers here in Connecticut, a larger insurance carrier. So, I would be out in the field every day working with people who had both Medicare and Medicaid, and we would get them, the best coverage for them with, as many ancillary benefits as we could. And then, there's only so much the insurance can cover. So then we would take it to maybe the agency on aging and some of the other resources that I had. And there's only so much that they can do. And there were still needs that were being unmet because they just fell in a gap somewhere. So I just found myself, granting these little wishes for people because, they needed this stuff and I knew I could, afford it and whatever. But, after a while, it's just getting really expensive and the need just continues. So back this past Christmas Eve, Christine and I, in our usual fashion, we were having our Christmas happy hour and talking about my 2021 goals. And I was like, really want to do this nonprofit. I know there's these seniors out there that could use therapeutic shoes and TVs and a spare tire and, all these little things that would just make their lives better, but maybe they didn't have family. And she's like, oh, I've been tasked with finding a nonprofit to help with. So
wow.
Senior Wishes Connecticut was born, and we literally got through the holidays and went to work with and Christine and I are just two of this incredible dynamic board that I pulled together. And within 6 months, we were LLC 501c3 and ready to launch at the Milford Oyster Festival. So we pulled it together in about 6 months.
Very impressive. And I know, Trace, you have such a big heart. And if you had all the resources in the world, you would just be your own resource to
exactly
tell us what they need. And you were just getting it for them. But I see you wanted to take it bigger. And I think you also want to make this national, correct?
We're starting small. We decided because there are smaller organizations that are just town specific here in Connecticut. So we thought we'd at least open it up to all of Connecticut. And then, I'm licensed in other states. I have agents in other states. So we bought some domains. So we thought we could just do the model here and then we could always take it to other states.
That's excellent. So Christine, what kind of wishes are you looking to grant?
So we would love to really grant those wishes that really make an impact on a senior's life daily. For example, televisions. What we really found, especially during the pandemic, that a lot of seniors felt very isolated and they didn't know how to ask for help. So like an iPad so they can talk to, family members that they can't get out to see. And especially now with the variant and, we're all moving back to indoors, this might actually really, ramp up again. We were fortunate enough to be able to grant a wish for a gentleman who ended up in the hospital and ended up wheelchair bound where he wasn't previously. And the builder, there was some issue going on with only being able to put in one ramp, or like we stepped in, we're like, we'll build him too. So, now he has egress and access to his home in two different places, which from a fire hazard, obviously is absolutely necessary. So, some of the things, for example, you can't buy presents for your grandchildren for the holidays. We'll try to step in and provide some funds for that. So there's really no limit to the wishes, but what we really want to focus on are those little things that make a difference. Our goal truly is not to grant a senior a wish to go see a Yankee game, right? Our goal really is to make a difference in their everyday life and to give them a little bit better quality of life.
So you're not like make a wish for children with cancer where it's their last dying wish that they want to meet Julia Roberts or something.
Right. Right.
You're trying to make their lives better by ramps and food and gifts and things that they might need, clothing and coats and anything that might make their life better in general.
In general, yeah.
What kind of wishes have you been asked to grant?
So the ramp was the first one. The Woolkit Senior Center had been vandalized a few months ago. And once everything shook out with the insurance and everything, there were still some items that the insurance didn't replace. So we donated gift cards to their local IGA because they sometimes give their clients, I don't know what senior center is called, the people that go there, $25 gift cards to their local IGA so they could purchase groceries. And then, just on top of that, you've met Dabble Sack. We went to them. We asked them to help replenish some games and puzzles and things like that because those weren't replaced. And then we ransacked my daughter's bookshelf. It's like Barnes and Noble light, and donated books to them. We have a wish coming in for somebody who needs a stove. He's a veteran and his stove broke. So we expect that we'll have a lot of wishes coming in as the word gets around.
That is excellent. So how can people get a wish to you?
So many different ways. They can, call, email, text. But if they go to the website, they can actually download an application. They can snail mail it. They can email it. They can also complete an application right on the website.
So is there a dollar limit of wishes you're looking to grant? Because ramps I know are super duper expensive. So what kind of wishes in general are you looking to grant?
So we decided that we wanted to be, in the $300 to $500 range, just because, right now, I mean, this Senior Wishes Connecticut is 100% nonprofit. So any of the money that we've spent to start this has been our own personal money. So, every single dime that we raise is going to go towards granting wishes. So we figured if we started small with $300 to $500 wishes, we might be able to do a whole bunch of them rather than just like one large wish. And certainly, there's certain parameters that people have to fit into as well. So, and they don't necessarily have to make the wish themselves. Somebody can do it on their behalf.
Are the parameters financial?
Mm-hmm. So they have to live in Connecticut, and their income has to be in alignment with the Connecticut Medicare Savings Program. So on the website, we have the different parameters for the maximum income. And it's an honor system. We're not asking people for their social security statements or anything. We just hope that, if they're really in need and they really are within those parameters, that they'll be honest, or they're, people, family members that can't help them, they can apply for a wish for them as well.
So how are you getting the word out?
Shows like this, Facebook, the Oyster Festival.
Oyster Fest.
Oh, we do have another event. So Mohegan Sun has on the 27th, all the Connecticut resident services coordinators with the Housing Authority. They're having their big couple day event at Mohegan Sun. So we'll actually have a table there at Mohegan. So come down. If you double your money, you can donate that to us.
If you double your money. If you bet and win big. Well, my brother's always at Mohegan Sun. So I will
send them our way.
What day is that?
Monday the 27th of September.
Monday, September 27th, you're going to be among a table with the Housing Authority. What's the name of what's going on there that day?
It's the CONN something. One of my agents actually is handling this for me. I've delegated this to him. But
Mohegan Sun, September 27th.
Mohegan Sun, yep. So it's their big expo.
Yep.
So you're getting known by going to places like the Connecticut Housing Authority and senior centers and shows and Facebook and getting the word out. You're probably going to be inundated really soon. How are you getting the word out for donors?
So we're working on our corporate donation letter, and we're hoping that we'll find other opportunities such as this, where people who are interested in helping seniors listen and want to make a donation. Because like we mentioned, we have an angel donor. So as soon as we organically raise $10,000, they will match that. So we know with $300 to $500 wishes and $20,000 that we can grant a lot of wishes.
So how can somebody become an angel donor, and is it tax deductible?
Absolutely tax deductible. We're legit 501c3. We have the tax receipt, but so if people just donate just regularly, once we can verify that we've raised $10,000, our angel donor will match that donation with another $10,000.
So there is a link on our website to donate. It will take them to a platform, a PayPal platform. They don't need to be a PayPal member to be able to donate to us. And it takes it right to the platform. And then they can donate whatever amount of money they want. There's no pre-designated. You know how some of them have the 5, 50. It is an on your honor amount or your choice amount. And those donations, as we mentioned, 100% of it goes towards granting the wishes. There are no administrative cost.
So now you mentioned you have an angel donor. So as soon as you hit $10,000, they will match it.
Yep.
If you hit $20,000, will they match that?
That's a really great question. I bet you the answer would be yes.
All right. So are you looking for more angel donors that will do matching funds?
Sure.
We're just looking for regular donors, and so we can get the angel match.
Yeah.
Super, super. And what is your goal? Like, what are you hoping to do? How many people are you looking to help? this year, next year, and in your growth mode, what are you looking to do?
So we're hoping, if we can raise this money and, with $20,000, we'll just grant as many wishes as we can that qualify. So we'll have a committee that reads the wishes to, see what's realistic and what we can do and that they meet the parameters and everything. But we don't have a limit as far as what we can do. Limit is if we run out of money. So.
Oh, but you'll keep looking for wishes and you'll keep looking for donors, and it's
Absolutely.
grow as people know about it, right?
Yeah, and companies like the one that Christine works for, they do matching donations. So certainly looking, now that we have the 501c3, we can actually be part of those organizations.
Sorry, we have somebody that chimed in here, Sean.
There's Sean. So that's the event that is at the Mohegan Sun.
So on September 27th, on Monday, the event at Mohegan Sun is called Con Nahro. NAHRO for any of those interested. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that.
That's fantastic.
Just come on board. If you want to know how to donate, it's seniorwishesct.org, seniorwishesct.org. If you're interested in knowing how to donate, I can also give you their phone numbers here. So ladies, this is like just such a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
I would love, can I tell you one of my wishes?
Yes.
I would love, there's your phone number too. I would love if there was an organization that helped seniors stay in assisted livings after their money ran out instead of having to go to nursing homes to do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bigger wish. That's a way more expensive wish. But it's such a shame in our state that it is, that basically Medicaid only pays for nursing homes, which are double the price of assisted livings or memory care. And in other states, they'll pay for assisted living.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite a shame. But I wish there was some sort of program that did that, so people don't have to leave their home to go to a nursing home when their money runs out.
Yeah.
Especially when they are living to be so older.
I know. It's epidemic. Unfortunately, people are living longer and outliving their money.
Yeah.
You're supposed to retire at 65 and die 3 years later. You're not, and now people are living into their hundreds, and, it's not like when they put these programs in place many, many years ago.
You are so right. That is why I'm never retiring. I'm never retiring. So Christine, now you have 2 kids in college and you're also an insurance agent, right?
So I work for an insurance company, a large property casualty company. Mm-hmm. So I am the complementary part of what Tracy does. So we truly, between the two of us, I think there's nothing insurance related that we don't have our hands in.
Now, how did you two meet? I know you got together over drinks with this idea, and it just happened to be synergy between, Tracy coming up with wanting to do this in a bigger fashion and you looking for a nonprofit. But how did you two meet?
So our daughters were friends in elementary school, and our children were always the last 2 kids in the aftercare program. So we would literally be pulling in, tires screeching at 6 o'clock in the evening when, everybody else was home, and they're, standing there going, "Can you please come get your children?" So we met that. Yeah. So we met that way, and then, we became friends after that. And even though, our daughters are in different places, she moved to a different town, we have always remained friends throughout this, throughout everything. And, I just feel very fortunate that I get to do this with my best friend. Like, we get to make a difference together. And it's such a great story. Yeah.
That's so great. And I know between the 2 of you, you're so dynamic, you're going to make this huge. So is your goal to branch out to a neighboring state and then a neighboring state, or do you have different things in mind?
So possibly. I mean, we have a pretty decent model of how to make this happen. I actually have other people wanting to start nonprofits and kind of wanting to understand my path. But if we want to, originally I thought I would move my business to Virginia. So I have Senior Wishes VA, and my sister is out in Colorado, so she has Senior Wishes Colorado. So we have picked up a few domains, as we've talked about, replicating this in other states, and who knows if it takes off enough, and it could become a national thing. But starting small, because the whole big Make-A-Wish, that huge organization, that's really overwhelming a little bit. Too much for right now, but if we can make a difference here locally, that's our immediate goal.
So now you said that people can put in for others. So if you have a neighbor that you see is suffering for some reason, whether they don't have a TV, or what about, would you pay bills like if they don't have heat or air conditioning or need an extra space heater, or I don't know, whatever. So if you could put in for a neighbor that might need some cleaning service because their house is a mess, or I'm not sure.
We had that request. Somebody, they had back surgery and had really been down for the count for a long time. Unfortunately, they didn't meet the age requirement. So we have seen things like that. And, and then one of the things too, like if they, maybe they have everything that they want, but they want to put in a community garden, in their housing complex where they live. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be specific to them, but it could, like we talk about, making their community, the places where they live, a better place too.
That is so nice. So it's things that they could never get this money from other places. These monies and funds are just not available anywhere because they're so specific to somebody's interests or wants. So that is really cool. So if you're a neighbor or a friend, you could go on your site, seniorwishct.org, and put in a request.
Yes. The application is designed to either be the wish recipient or basically a wish giver. So you can, either way, it can be filled out.
So are you finding yourselves kind of like little social workers, or when people are asking you for different things and you're like, well, there's already organizations that do that and you're sending them the information? Are you finding that that's what's happening?
Not yet. I mean, that's kind of why this is here, so that we don't have to be the social workers. We can just be wish granters. And depending on what it is, with the resources that we have between the two of us, sometimes it's just a matter of, hey, what, by the way, there's this great insurance out there that could give you all these things. You're looking for dentures or hearing aids or whatever. Or, the local agency on aging, that's something that they do. So if it's not like a material wish, we can usually, send them to an organization that can help them. So we want to just try and focus on being able to grant the wishes and enjoy watching them enjoy it, making their lives better.
So Christine, you mentioned there's an age. What age must you be to get a wish granted?
So it's age 65.
And older.
And certainly, that is a very, as we mentioned before, there could be many people within that category that are working. So we don't want to make this to be, you have to be some sort of senior who can't contribute to society. These are things to just enrich their life. So we figured age 65, they could be very contributing members to society, but they still have needs.
No, I could definitely see a million wishes you could be granted to people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of endless. I don't know why this popped into my head, but just like a senior that always plays the piano and doesn't have one, to buy them a keyboard, or I don't know. I'm just thinking of like things that would help a senior, if they're not cooking anymore, but they need a microwave. Like, I don't know, just a million things. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, it could be whatever, like. If they, don't have transportation to get to their doctor's appointments, we'll buy them a bus pass. I mean, it just, whatever will enrich their lives that, they just need to apply. They can, go online. They can request an application. We can snail mail it to them. They can snail mail it back. So whatever's easiest for people to get in touch with us.
You ladies are awesome. This is such a cool organization. I'm loving it. I love it. Well, thank you, Tracy and Christine, for coming up with this. Do you have any final words you want to tell our viewers about the organization, how they can get involved, how they can donate, how they can, get a wish granted for a neighbor or friend or themselves?
All
Yeah.
of the above.
Yeah, so the easiest way, definitely the website, seniorwishesct.org. It has all of the contact information on there. They can email, it's seniorwishesct@gmail.com. And we have yoga for seniors.
No, you don't want yoga. Hold on.
And then that's personal cell. So you can call her, you can text her, and and she can help guide you. And as far as donations go, you can donate right on the website. We have an address, a post office box. You can snail mail a check, and we'll get a tax receipt out to you for your accountant.
Yeah,
excellent. Totally tax deductible. And
Totally.
what if people want to participate with you and be on your committee to review wishes or help them find money?
Yeah, if anybody's interested in volunteering, if somebody knows of opportunities where they're doing events where we could pop up a table, doing that, as well as getting the word out, possibly, going to the different senior centers and libraries and places and sharing information. If somebody wants to volunteer to do that, as well as, committee to help us choose the wishes and all that, we'd love for more people to be involved.
yeah.
Wow. So if they want to be involved, they should just call the 203-214-2466. And they don't actually have to physically come to your office. They could just speak to you anywhere in Connecticut, I assume, and get involved with helping spread the word and get people that want wishes and get people that want to donate money.
Yeah, our board has been completely virtual. So we've done this all via Zoom. And so they can, my sister's on the board. She's out in Colorado. And so she's never missed a meeting. And, always looking for people to help. And certainly, if somebody has a lot of experience with grant writing, finding money, that would be really awesome too.
Well, I am impressed. I think both of you are doing something that is really needed. And I love the whole grassroots approach. I love that it is something that they can't go to the Agency on Aging for or the senior center. It's just so great that somebody's out there, like in a one-on-one kind of thing, and just for a need that comes up. Because I've done this for my aunt for years. And, she would, something would break down and she couldn't pay to fix her AC, and she lives in Arizona. Just things where there weren't other organizations to step in. And, it's fine if you're family, but, there's a lot of people that don't have family to ask or friends to ask. So it's really nice.
Yes, I've been doing this for my mother for years.
Right. And, one of the things that you envision is, if you're in a, like an assisted living situation or, unfortunately, maybe a nursing home situation, if you are an aide or a worker and you see something, this allows you can do it anonymously, right? And just someday just an air conditioner randomly shows up at your home. So you don't have to make a big deal out of it, but it allows someone to say, I see a need. I'd like to fulfill the need, but I need to bring some awareness to this person who has the need.
I love it. I was even thinking, like people that are now shut in kind of with COVID, to bring a hairdresser to their house, get their hair cut or dyed. I mean, I'm just, I don't know, it's popping up in a million things in my head that, seniors need wishes for. So that's so cool, ladies. I really appreciate it. Well, Christine Brown and Tracy O'Brien, once again, thank you so much for all you do for everybody and for our seniors. And it's seniorwishesct.org, 203-214-2466. So will you come back next year and tell us how much you've grown and everything else we could do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. We look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye now. Talk to you soon. Bye, Tracy. Wow, that's a pretty cool organization. I love it. Senior Wishes CT, 203-214-2466. That's all it takes. Somebody with an idea that wants to help somebody, you could start anything. And I just think helping seniors is something that speaks to my heart and speaks to Christine and Tracy's heart and so many of your hearts. So if you want to contribute, please give them a call. It's definitely a worthwhile cause. And you'll be hearing a lot from them and about them. All right, so thank you so much today for joining us on Let's Talk Seniors, Memory Care Issues, Alzheimer's, Dementia, and Parkinson's. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Till then, take care.
Hi, Deirdre here again. Thank you for joining me on Let's Talk Seniors, Memory Care Issues. Is this an issue hitting home? Do you have a parent or loved one with memory care issues who you feel is not safe at home anymore? Are isolation, falls, and safety issues becoming a big concern? Welcome to Dogwood Senior Home, premier boutique residential senior living specializing in memory care. It's country living at its best in the Huntington section of Shelton, Connecticut. We're truly a home with only 6 senior residents living as one family unit. Senior residential homes are concepts sweeping the nation with 47,000 across the U.S. We're pleased to open Dogwood Senior Home as it will be only number 6 for Connecticut. Brand new, sparkling clean, opening mid-June. And safe. We are COVID-free. Residential care homes boast a very low COVID infection rate across the nation. This is due to the intimacy of size and speed in which the caretakers can shift to accommodate immediate needs. They are much safer than the large homes and facilities, as you can imagine. It has been documented that residents have less falls and a better quality of life in a residential home environment. Our home is more affordable than the big box facility. You pay one all-inclusive price, and that price is guaranteed for the life of the resident. With an incredible 1-to-3 caregiver ratio, which you won't find anywhere else. Our friendly, loving caregivers are dedicated and trained in Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's issues. We're only taking 6 residents, so the home will fill up fast. Call me at 203-689-7562 for a talk and tour. I would love to meet you and your loved one. See you soon. Bye.